have a new gun that I just recently bought a couple days ago. And this gun was used and I bought it locally. Did not buy this on the internet or anything like that. Bought this from a friend who no longer plays paintball as of the moment right now. He said he might get back into it, but yeah, he didn't use this anymore, so I bought it from him. And the gun is Invert Mini. So yeah, it's the olive green and tannish copper color on the feed neck and the bolt, a little bit on the ASA, but it's mostly green, olive green. So this is what it looks like. Overall, this was in pretty good condition for being used. There's just a couple scratches on the body of the gun, very minor. You can barely notice them actually. There's just a couple little nicks and stuff on the ASA. But overall, this is in really good condition for as old as it is. You can see everything looks pretty nice. It's in pretty good condition for used. I gotta be honest. I've seen guns where they're just like torn to shred. Just they were not cared for properly, and they end up just turning into trash. But yeah, this was used. He said he put like 5 or 6 cases total through this. So yeah, I test fired it just to make sure everything was working good. It aired up great. There was no leaks. It shot pretty good, but the velocity was way too high. So when the bolt shot the paintballs out, a couple of them did break inside the barrel. So we turned that down, the velocity, and then it started shooting just fine. So glad I was able to fix the problem, because there was no paint in the breech, so it wasn't chopping. It was just in the barrel. So the bolt was just shooting way too hard. It was shooting hot, so I had to just turn that down and fix the problem altogether. The only thing that really was set back that kind of made me question was this has a crack on there. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I don't know if that really damaged the gauge or whatever, but it works fine. When I air it up, it does go to the 200 mark, which it's supposed to, on that low pressure reading. Everything else is in great condition. The grips are not torn to shreds. I mean, everything's still there. It's not faded. It's in really good condition. The trigger's nice. Everything works. The eyes work. It turns on just fine. As you can see, hopefully, the LED indicator right there. So it's reading the shots. It's on semi right now. Let me turn the eyes off. Like, how you do that is you hold the trigger. Okay. You can kind of hear the solenoid click. There it goes. So that's that. So everything works great. The feed neck on this is very nice. It's a really nice clamping feed neck. Some guns don't have nice clamping feed necks, but this one definitely does. I did not check the bolt at all. He said everything was stock, but I did not check this, so I'm pretty sure it's just still a stock bolt, but that doesn't matter. Everything is great with this gun though, and I paid $100 cash for this marker, and it had the original case with the foam and everything, the original manual, the original stock barrel. This is a one-piece barrel. It's not a bad barrel. Not exactly how many inches this is. I think it's maybe 11 or 10. Probably 10. I didn't measure it or even look it up. I probably could just look it up, but this is what it looks like all together, stock configuration. This is the parts kit. I don't know if this is the original parts kit. I know this is not the original lube. This is a Planet Eclipse lube, but he said that's what he's been using. But it has all the Allen keys and the O-rings and all that kind of stuff in there, which is nice to have. So yeah, this whole deal was $100. I don't think you can beat that at all, because usually invert minis, they range from, I want to say, $120 all the way up to $200, $300, depending on the make. There's different special editions and different colors and all that, and that kind of will determine what you're going to be paying for the marker. Some of them are a little bit more costly because they're a special edition or whatever, have like a different kind of color to them, or if they have upgrades as well, like if it has the relay ASA, that's going to cost you a little bit more. Any kind of upgrades to the barrel or bolt, or even the board is going to make it a little bit more costly than a stock mini. But I think minis in general, depending, it don't even matter what you have, they're really nice guns. This one feels really good in the hands. Minis, if you've never held a mini, I think it feels pretty good. Some may disagree because of this right here. Maybe some people think this is too bulky, but for me it's fine. It doesn't bug me. I know there's some sort of adapter thing to space this out, I believe. I'm definitely not going to get that. I don't really care. It doesn't really bug me. I mean, this is really compact. This is pretty much an axe, just shortened. But yeah, it's a really nice gun. I shot a couple pods through it, and it shot just fine. This actually can shoot up to 20 balls per second, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal in any kind of tournament you're playing. And I don't think most fields probably will not let you use that, because that's just that's too much. I think they'll stop you at 15 balls per second, because 20 balls is way too much. But I mean, it's nice. It's kind of fun to have that when you're like just shooting at like a tree or whatever target you're shooting at. Just for backyard shooting videos or whatever. It's nice to kind of play around 20 balls per second, and just full auto, and just let it rip. But for playing purposes at like fields, I don't think that's legal. I'm pretty sure, unless you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal to use 20 balls per second. So, but it's capable of shooting up to that. And what else? I guess I'll go into the board, how to program and all that kind of stuff. I'll show that, so I'll get a close-up on that. Okay, so we're gonna get the parts kit out so I can get this door piece off of the grip frame. Or that's not the grip frame. This is where the board housing is, so I'll just call it that. But I think this is the right one. Is that the right one? Okay, yes. Bear with me. Okay. Now you can simply take that off. And here's where the board is at, and the battery, a 9-volt, is where you would put this when you need to change it. And this right here is the circuit board. There's a little button right there, and this is what changes the modes. And so Let me go into the manual really quick. I'll show some different modes. Let's go to let's go to okay. So you hold this down. I want to try to show this if I can. There's a black button right here. Hold. I still think you hold it. Hold on. I'm still getting used to this. I'm not well knowledged with the Mini yet, but okay, so I figured it out. This, okay, so that little black button, you press, it'll be red, and basically as soon as it turns red, this is for firing modes. Hold on really quick. Turn it off. So, as soon as this turns red, right there, you press, because it saves, and there's 4 modes, you press that if you want to go up a mode or whatever, or increase your setting, and you press the power button to decrease a setting. So now, this should be on full auto. Let's test it really quick. Turn it up, eyes off. It's on full auto now. So, and this was previously on ramping, which is the second mode. So to increase it, all I had to do is, while this was red, press that one time. While it's solid red, one time, and it goes into full auto now. That is how you change firing modes. I'm not really going to mess around with anything else. I could do something with the rate of fire, but you guys kind of get what I'm getting at here. Maybe I'll do a decrease really quick. So, solid red, let's go 1 down. So it should be in ramping now. So now it's in ramping. So you guys understand, hopefully you could see the LED indicator. It's such an angle that you probably might not be able to see it, but basically the power button right here is to decrease, and this black little button right here is to increase your settings. So when you're on the setting that you want, it will show up the colors: solid red, solid green, solid orange, flashing red, quick flashing green. Once it's on that, you basically have to quickly press the decrease, which is the power button, or the increase, which is this black button right here on the board, to get to the setting that you want to. So I'll go ahead and turn the gun off completely. So yeah, I mean, if you're not used to this kind of board setup with the settings, it can be a little bit frustrating at first until you get the hang of it. I'm still learning the ropes to the Mini, because I never owned one before. Previously, I've had the Dye Proto Rail Max, which had a lot different kind of board setup and settings. I'm used to that more than this. This is definitely a lot different. The Dye Proto Rail Max has a dip switch. This just has a button. So I'm used to just doing the trigger pulls. If you guys are familiar with that marker, that's how you switch through the different modes. This is just a lot different. Just something to get used to. It's not a big deal. Still, this is a really great marker for the money. They're cheap anymore. Like I said, you can get them for like 100 to 200 depending on the type of invert mini it is. So overall, it's a great marker for the money. I don't think you can go wrong with this. This is definitely a great marker for somebody who's like just getting their feet wet in speedball. This is definitely a really great gun that you know will work, and it won't, you know, break on you. Invert minis are pretty easy to find and stuff. It's not, you know, this is a pretty universal marker, and a lot of people do like them, and they shoot nice overall. And even in their stock configuration, they're pretty decent. So this is definitely a great marker. I definitely recommend it. Overall, its design is nice. It's an overall really great marker for the price. I don't think you can really beat it. You can always upgrade to the Mini GS if you want to. That has an OLED, so it might be a little easier than this one. It'll have an OLED right here,